Hello, storytellers. It's Storytelling Ron. I'm here to talk about as a Christian in the RPG world. So hopefully you're a Christian or Christian traditional, like you like Christian ethics, morals, conservative. Just microwave that. Not communist, socialist, fascist, all those left-wing things. Yes, fascism is left-wing. Anyway, so For the Lord RPG is a Christian role-playing game. Why? Because WOTC, as you can tell by Kyle Brink and his white males can leave the game. They don't want you. WOTC doesn't want you. Paizo, I don't even believe wants you. I mean, I know they're doing their thing, but the open thing, but they don't really want you. I mean, wait for June and see if they want you or not. And then wait for December and see how quiet they are. Should we hang out with sinners? Well, we should hang out with sinners that are repentant. These are not repentant. These are not repentant sinners at all. They're not seeking the kingdom of God. They're seeking to change you. You can come to their game, but you cannot be a Christian. You can do morals and good versus evil and act good and do good works, right? Pagans do that. But you cannot bring in Jesus Christ into the game. That's offensive. You can bring other gods. You can do Thor. You can do all the Germanic gods and all the pagan gods. Absolutely. But you can't do Jesus Christ. So why are we doing this? Why am I doing this? Why was I doing this? I mean, I love Dungeons and Dragons and Star Wars and Marvel and Disney and all that. All right. I grew up with it. But I'm free from it, man. I am free. The Holy Spirit just said, it took me a while. It was slightly painful, but not really, because the For the Lord RPGs just started coming to me last summer or whenever I started. And I just started realizing I'm tired, or whatever it is, of the woke agenda. I was a member of the Magic Castle here in Hollywood and for many years, and they got woke. They went woke with the BLM protests and all that. Pathetic what they were saying. So I'm done with that. I'm free from that. That might have actually helped me with this. How pathetic it is, the woke agenda, and how they make people grovel. I'm not groveling. Hey, I'm not taking a knee to anyone but God, unless you shoot my knees. So the woke does not want you to believe in or be a Christian. So stop going there. That's my message to you. Get a Christian, look for Christian RPGs and Christian RPGs that don't ascribe to any of the woke agenda, right? You gotta be discerning even there. So be discerning. And I am not a woke individual. I am a conservative. When it comes to the political arena, I am a Christian, creation, Calviny, Reformed, whatever. I'm still kind of like figuring out the labels there, but I certainly believe in the elect. Yeah, so this game is fun, man. I am having a blast. I've never played like this as a GM of 45 years. I started when I was 9-ish. And I've never played a game like this. This is amazing to me. I'm so joyful and having a good time with it. And I'm bringing in there's bazookas, there's flamethrowers, in the post-apocalyptic and sci-fi one. And the sci-fi one is way cool. It's like Star Wars. I'm telling you, you're going to feel it, the coolness of it. Just check out. I'm going to be releasing it soon. Just working on the Dark Ages one right now. And although I'm spreading myself pretty thin there, but with all the assets and things I'm working on. And I'm providing assets. Yeah, I'm providing tokens. I'm not just doing a book. I'm doing the maps. I'm doing everything so you guys can just print it out and have fun with it, or use them as tokens on your VTTs so that you guys can mess around with it. So the Dark Ages, though, we have got to edify each other. The thing is that here's the thing. When we were playing like Star Wars and Dungeons and Dragons, we're forgetting the real history, the real awesome history. We're learning all this cool, Wikipedia, wiki fandom stuff. And yet we're forgetting the most incredible history of the medieval and Dark Ages and how that went. And what we're learning is like, the Inquisition and Crusades and the witch hunts were horrible, right? Christians are bad, and that's what they're teaching. And I'm getting sick and tired of it, because I'm reading now. I'm just reading the last few days how in the 6th century, the penance or the punishments for witchcraft and all that Whereas like 6 months of bread and water, or, stop doing that. Stop doing that. That's what the penances were. The punishments the church had. That's what, and it's written. That's what they had. Now, some of the dukes and kings had little harsher punishments, like lashings and stuff for it, because the date rape drug. I had another video, but think about this: the witches made love potions, which are date rape drugs. That's what they are. They got the man would take it, give it to the woman secretly, and she would lose control. Right? She would be, whatever it was. And think about that, especially back then. You lost. You were now enslaved to that man, or you were enslaved to a society of sexual deviancy that you had no choice in, because the drug made you that way, and now you were cast out of your own tribe or family or whatever. Them thinking that it was you that did that, but it was the drug that destroyed your life. That is horrible, evil, and the church made that illegal. But the pagans said it was fine. And the men that used it said it was fine. So, so the church now is evil. That's what they're saying today. How evil the church is for how dare they make this drug illegal. Now, the kings and dukes, like I said, also eventually made that illegal too, because they can't have their women being subjected to this, right? Their own women, their own daughters. Imagine a lord coming through and trying to get someone else's daughter and doing this to her. Even like a mild version of it, to get her to like him, and then keep feeding her that whenever he comes by, secret. So the church, though, outwardly said that, and the pagans obviously were trying to keep it. All the pagan rituals back then were about controlling other people, killing other people, drug raping other people. That's what the things the witches were offering to the people. And now we're blaming Christians because Christians are so bad. So back in the 6th, 8th century, that's what their penance was. Stop doing it and take some penance or whatever. Obviously in the 14th, 13th, 14th century, they got, witch trials and all that. But think about this. They tried the nice stuff. We Christians tried to ask them, stop it. Please stop it. No way. You think, does evil stop doing evil? Will evil ever take responsibility for doing evil? Will evil ever apologize for doing evil? No. And yet today we're blaming the Christians for the evil that evil does. I mean, look at today. Look at the insanity of today. And who are the voices saying, stop doing that? Stop sacrificing your babies. Stop sexualizing your children. Stop butchering your children. It's the Christians. And now we're being called evil again. Isaiah 5:20. You all know what I'm talking about. So what I'm asking is for you Christians and you conservatives and you ones that believe in a God that created man and woman and created family, so that we had families, because the Democrats don't believe that. They believe government. And the pagans believe government. They're all falling in line. So I'm asking you guys to start supporting and looking at Christian role-playing games. And my Christian role-playing game, which I'm going to sell to you, and also don't look for Christian role-playing games that have woke stuff on it. That is not a good path to go down. Mine, I am not woke at all. I am a Christian, creation, Calviny, Reformed, conservative. Okay. I go to Grace Community Church under Pastor John MacArthur. I'm kind of a goof there or whatever, but that's who I am. So I'm not trying to pull one over on you or anything. You know who I am. So whether you can go, you can join with what I'm doing, or you don't like it and can leave, and that's fine. I want you to know exactly who I am. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to do a switch, a bait and switch. I'm not going to do a bait and switch. Men, women in this game. And the men are pastors. The women are not. They can be evangelists. And in the game, it's not, I note that, even though there's not a difference in the game mechanics, I note that so everyone is aware that plays this game. Because you don't pastor a church in the game. You plant churches. You look for ways to plant the church, but you don't actually pastor it. You go on to do the next mission as an evangelist, as a missionary. So that's the game. But I want to make this clear to you guys. I want this game to be fun. I mean, there's fighting, there's swords fighting, there's combat. Oh yeah. I want brutal, family friendly, not brutal, but if you're just adults around the table, you can do brutal fighting. And And there's plenty of though of opportunity like that they'll give up. You know, you've got them beaten and they're like, I'm sorry. And you can sort of try to convert them or whatever, you know, or at least get them to surrender and be peaceful, you know, with your sword. Yeah, because that's what we had to do as Christians. If they were not going to give up their date rape drugs, their slavery, we had to bring the sword out. And then they call us Christians violent. You know, that's another thing that we have to edify our own kids to play this game and realize, yeah, Christians were violent, but we were violent up against horrific evil stuff. I mean, is evil ever going to apologize for evil? Is evil going to ever confess their evil? I mean, seriously, we drew the line. And because we drew the line today in the academic world and universities and in all those left-wing controlled areas, we are being blamed for it all. We're even being blamed for slavery, even though it was the Democrat Party that did it. That's how evil works, though. Evil will never apologize for evil. They will always blame you, the good, for evil. And that's exactly what all the kids are learning today about the Crusaders, about the Inquisition, and about the witch hunts, witch trials. And I support what the Christians did. I absolutely do. To the day I die, and then after that as well. So that's what this game is about. This game is about having fun. It is about, you know, I'm going to do some hardcore settings like the witch trials eventually, because I'm so into this. But for now, the family-friendly 6th century one. But it's a lot of fun. I do want you to have fun playing this game. There are dragons in it. Okay, dinosaurs. There are beasts. And you will fight giants like ogre 10, 12-foot humans, you know, that are, you know, Mongolia or whatever. So there's a lot of cool, fun creatures that can be put into this. And contact me. I'm going to develop a campaign of this regional map I've done already in the book. And so there's a lot of different adventures you can do. But if you need help, please contact me concerning how to GM this. And I want to start sort of GM thing. I'll probably put a different video on that. But I want to open this up to people who want to be able to GM this. And I want to teach you guys how to do it or walk it through with you if you need help. Okay? All right. So that's my video of my little rant. I know I'm a ranty guy. Oh, I want to say one last thing about this rantiness that I'm on. For an example of how curmudgeon I am. So I do medieval armored combat, and we had a workshop, and a couple of guys are, you know, most of them are like pagan or Democrat or liberal or whatever. But a couple of them I do know because we had arguments on Facebook for quite a while, and then we stopped following each other. Still friends on Facebook, but we don't follow each other, which is cool. I get it. I appreciate that. But they came to the workshop, and they were both COVID positive. So the workshop was about wrestling and stuff. So, you know, nobody wants to wrestle them. Let's do it. I did. Face to face, close up, wrestling, takedowns, COVID positive. That's the kind of crazy right-wing, neo-fascist, alt-right. I don't know what I am, you know, because they keep naming me different things. White supremacist? I don't know. I don't care about COVID. I've got I understand how natural immunity works. I'm not vaxxed. And these guys were vaxxed, multiple vaxxed, whatever, and feeling down and forlorn because of their state. But it was cool. I'm cool with it. So we wrestled and did our thing, and we did it. So that's the kind of guy I am. Let's rant and fight and whatever all day, but at the end of the day, let's take a break. Okay, have a beer or whatever, and enjoy life together while we're alive on this planet. So I'm as much as I'm about my faith and religion, I will, when you tell me to stop and take a break, I will say, yeah, you know what? Let's take a break. Let's have some fun. Let's role play. Obviously, with my role playing games, I don't want to role play that way anymore. They can go. In other words, they can go role play that way. They're totally, you know, have fun. But I am looking for Christians. I'm not. See, I don't want this to be a D&D thing. I don't want to change D&D into a Christian game where I make it all Christians and missionaries, right? Like the woke wants to take everything and change it. I want to create my own separate thing for Christians to have fun and do their thing. And if those guys want to join in, fine. If they don't, they got 17,000 other role-playing games. But there's not a single role-playing game out there about Christians, and especially about Christians in the time that matters that we need to learn about, because we're not learning about it. We're all only learning about Star Wars and all the characters, and we're learning about Marvel and all those Greek god heroes, demigod heroes. And we're learning about Dungeons & Dragons and Greyhawk and Faerun and whatever. but we're not learning about what really did happen on the ground to build the church in the Dark Ages and Middle Ages. And I've been researching a lot of it now. I did a lot of like cursory history for D&D and for fantasy and all that, but I never went to the ground floor, on the ground, the boots on the ground, and learning about that. And it's way cooler, way more amazing. And I'm putting that in the game. And I want us to learn what went on, with all the things that pagans did and how Christians had to deal with it. And we had to fight. Evil is not going to give up evil. Evil is not going to apologize for evil. Evil is going to always slander and project their evil upon good. Always. And so the witch trials and the crusades, they all were about this. They were trying to do good stuff, trying to work it out, trying to get along. Evil's not going to get along. You have to bring the sword. And I don't mean sword as in violence, but you have to bring the strength and to say, this is the line is drawn. You're not going to pass that line. You're not going to groom our kids. You sexually groom our kids. You're not going to butcher them at 12 and 15 and remove their breasts and damage them for life. We have to draw the line. And they're going to tell us we're evil for drawing this line. You have to, the society has to support families, mothers and fathers. We have to draw a line. And that's what we did in history. And that's what we did with the date rape drug. We drew a line and said, no, this is illegal. We can't allow this. And when we told the government they should not allow this, and we ourselves said in the church, this is not allowed. And we taught it to all the followers. And now we're called evil for that. And that's the history that's being taught in the secular universities and in the role-playing games and in the movies. I just saw one that triggered me about that. I'm going to do another video on that. But they just constantly say how Christianity was stupid and evil. But look at today. We're drawing the line. You can't kill babies. You can't sexualize our children. That's where we're drawing the line. And we're going to be told we're evil for that. I suggest you realize that the companies and games that you may want to support and play are calling Christians evil on the other side of that line. And they want to erase that line. They want that line erased. So that's my little rant. Sorry if I'm being a little curmudgeon, but I am curmudgeon. Get off my lawn. But at the same time, like I said, I know we have to separate things out and give each other a break. But still, tell the truth. Anyway, that's my little. I'm ranting again. I'm going off. But anyway, that's it. And check out For the Lord RPG. I want it to be a movement or Christian role playing games that teach and edify our kids, mine or yours or whoever's. Join with me. And I want my game is going to be like open licensing thing. I haven't figured that out yet. But I want you all to do campaigns and your own little supplements. And if you want to sell them, that's great. You want to figure out ways to create a little culture or work or shop where we all can just sell our stuff and blah, blah, blah. That's kind of what I'm looking for this. Because I want this to get into churches and youth groups and homeschools and for our kids, so that they're not ashamed of the way Christianity and missionary work works. It's goofy. There's mistakes, there's mishaps, and there's fun, and there's adventure to be had and to learn. Okay, For the Lord RPG.